theme song.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk live, this talk Eagles. Till he bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles fly. Defeat the squad, Big Pat shelling, I hate the dark tie. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. It's Bird Gang, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man, Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome. This is your man, Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Again, #1 show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Yo, welcome, man. We got well, you guys know what's been going on this week. our favorite receiver. Our deep threat, a guy that we love and all has really gotten himself in a bit of a pickle here. And it's been a talk of not only local news, local sports news, but national news. And we're going to talk about it now because it involves an Eagle. This Eagles talk, and we're going to talk about it. So the situation I'm talking about is one DeSean Jackson, who has shared a post by the hated Adolf Hitler. Wound up being a fake post too. It wasn't even a quote that he made. It wound up being fake. So that didn't help the situation either. But because of that post, there's been cries of anti-Semitism, and he's since apologized twice. A lot of people have talked out about this, and we've just found out that the Eagles have handed down his punishment, which is a fine. I don't know how much it is, but they have handed out punishment for him doing that. And so we're going to talk about all of that and more, but that's going to be the biggest topic here. Look, guys, what's up? Let me welcome my my crew here, the Sandlin boys. What's up, Sandlin boys?
What's going on? What's going on?
You heard what's happening. You heard what happened, and we got to talk about it. But let me go to the comments first. First person was there was Daphne Nicole. What's up, Daphne? She says, "Hey, fam." Sean Pinckney says, "What's good?" Miles is in there too. Miles says, "What's up?" Thomas says, "Hey, Bird fans." Daphne is so sweet. She said, "I got my shots ready. It's been long and a stressful week. I'm ready to talk Eagles football." That's what's up. Let me see. What else is there? Rodney Minor said, "Man, I need some Eagles football." Yeah, we all do need some Eagles football. Aaron says, I'm sitting in the bar drinking a Yingling lager. Can't hear anything, though, because music playing. Can't wait for some Eagles football. He's so sick of this damn virus.
That's right. I wish we was in the pub.
Yeah. All right. Look, before Pat rushes me, man, let's let's start this quarter, yo.
You're now listening to the quarter.
Yo, if you are new to Eagles Talk, you need to understand one thing and one thing only, that we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. You can't see it now in this current setup here, but, you know, we have our adult beverages, but we like to enjoy them in the form of shots. So they have their shots. We have our beers. We're ready to go. So everybody join us out there as we take a shot to start this first quarter. This is how we do.
We're going to need them this week. We're going to need them this week. What you drinking on, Don?
Oh, I'm drinking on the Uncle Nearest.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Uncle Nearest.
Unfortunately, I can't come to Delaware unless I got a 14-day quarantine. So when they open that up, I'm going to grab me a bottle. I'll go grab a bottle. I'm drinking.
All right.
I'm drinking.
I'm sorry. I had to specify. This is Uncle Nearest 1884 because they have an 1856, I believe, too. Also.
I'm drinking the Screwball. Right. What's this whiskey? Yeah, Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey. I've tried that. That's pretty good.
It's
and
good.
This Uncle Nearest is good also. What are you drinking? You're doing Jameson.
Yeah, he's
all
doing
right, so everybody out there, let me know what you're drinking. But let's raise our glasses as we begin this first quarter. Everybody down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. So, and there it is. Yeah, we usually get some applause, but look. All right, so like I said in the opening here, DeSean Jackson posted. He didn't say anything. People can say he said, well, no, he did not say anything. He put a post up on Instagram and it quoted Adolf Hitler. And I'm going to show you that post right now. And in that post, he says, it was a false quote anyway. But he says, let me see. I'm going to read it as soon as I get this other stuff off the screen here. All right. So it says Hitler said, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America secret, the Jews will blackmail America. The will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all the time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. All right, okay. First and foremost, that was a fake quote. It was not even a quote from Hitler. Gotcha. But in lieu of that, I just think it was not very smart on DeSean Jackson's part there.
Not at all.
You guys want me to elaborate on, or you guys?
You wrote a beautiful post in the group.
Yeah,
and I know you're very passionate about this because we talked about this. And one thing I said, anytime that you start with Hitler said, it can't be good after that.
It's not going
to. Now you got to have.
It falls upon deaf ears once you.
Yeah. And to think about it, we got to understand something. You know, this is a very sensitive subject in the areas of the common American, because you know Hitler is known as being a terrible person, and what he did to the Jews is unfathomable to understand what he did over there. And we try to compare what he did to slavery. Listen, Dante, you wrote a great post about it, and you can go ahead and just do your thing.
All right. Well, he's referencing the post I wrote in our Eagles Talk group, and I'll read it, and then I'll elaborate on what I was thinking when I wrote it. But let me get to it. See, I don't want to misquote myself.
Don't do that. We'll have to penalize you.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Jeez. Well, groups here. All right. So I said, what D-Jax posted on his social media was definitely insensitive and not a smart thing to do. In a time where African Americans, and let me preface this by saying that some people are not going to like me out there, on both sides of the fence. But I just got to be honest with my feelings here. All right, so let me start again. What D-Jax posted on his social media was definitely insensitive and not a smart thing to do. In a time where African Americans are seeking respect and understanding of our struggle, hence the BLM movement, it was not wise to quote a well-known racist and murderer to make a point on our behalf. Not wise, D-Jax. And what I meant by that was, and now, do I think that D-Jax intentionally was intending to hurt Jews or insult Jews in any way? No, I do not believe that. I do believe that, like he said in his explanation, he was trying to drop some knowledge, but I don't think he did enough research, or he would have known, or even given it more thought, or he would have known that you cannot quote Hitler. Hitler is an all-around historical bad guy. I mean, there's the devil, then there's Hitler. You know what I'm saying? So, it's never going to be a good thing to quote this guy. Nobody hears anything after that. After you start with Hitler, nobody hears anything after that.
That's true.
If he was trying to make a point about Jews and Negroes or whatever, I'm sure there could have been enough research for him to bring out historical facts that could have made his point. But the whole thing went south as soon as he uses Hitler's name. And we have to remember that we have people that are very sensitive. I mean, Jewish people, that was horrific what he did to them. They don't want to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear it. I mean, we don't want to hear it. We've heard it sometimes concerning Negroes. It seems like some people think that people have been insensitive to us, and I'm not going to deny that it has, but that doesn't mean that we turn around and be insensitive to others. Number one thing, and I said this before, we need allies. We cannot alienate our allies. And that was, to me, that was a case where you offended some people, and some are our allies. Believe it or not. It's not all white and black people. I'm sorry. They're not all white and black, and not all white people are racist. Not all, just like not all black people are criminals. You just can't throw them all in the basket. It was just not a good thing to do. And I'm gonna be the first one to speak out. I know a lot of people have been silent, and we can't be hypocritical about this either. Like, yo, when Riley Cooper said the N-word, or more recently, let's go back because some people have compared this to Drew Brees. When Drew Brees said what he said, make no mistake about it. Everybody came down on Drew Brees. Don't think that it was harder on DeSean Jackson than it was on Drew Brees. The whole nation came down on Drew Brees. He had to.
Well, Malcolm Jenkins was crying, so
yeah, he had to put apology out there too. So it's not that he's getting preferential treatment or anything like that, or he's being penalized any more than the other person. It was rightfully deserved. What he did, if that was somebody else, as we saw with Drew Brees, we would step up and say something. And I have to step up and say, DeSean, I love you, brother, and all that. But that was not a wise thing to do. That was insensitive. Forget the subject matter. I'm not even talking about the subject matter. I'm just talking about the and how you chose to put that information out there was not wise at all.
I'm gonna say this, quoting Shelman Sandlin Jr., Sergeant Shelman Sandlin Jr., my father. He used to say, "Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter. Murder is murder. If it's by electric chair or is by hanging of a tree, and when it's wrong, it's wrong. And it doesn't matter if it's over 400 years, as for our people, or over a 10-year span, as it was for the people, the Jewish people. Wrong. We're brothers and sisters when it comes to evil being done to us. So we need to kind of be sensitive to each other and understand that we were equally treated wrong, and we need to stick together as far as us beginning to get respect from everyone, not just one culture or one person or one group. We all need to be respected as the same. There is no justice if there's not justice for everyone. That's the way it is.
Exactly. So we have,
and I that's one thing I agree to. I treat everybody. I try to treat everybody the same, and we all need to be treated the same. So
the one thing.
Oh, let me speak.
All right. So I was just going to say the oh darn! I just lost my train of thought that quick. But somebody just said, Sean Pinckney said, "What did he do that was bad?" What he did was bad. Was somebody else just said it after that? Nobody does their research before posting. Had he done his research, number one, had he done further research, he would have realized that was a fictitious quote, and maybe he didn't want to. And if he would have realized that, the point he was trying to make, which I don't really know, I can't put words in his mouth, but had he known that was a fake quote, maybe he would have done a little more research to bring the fact, a more factful event. I mean, his point out with more facts behind it. He did absolutely no research. I mean, when they come up and the first time they say something is that in the article, the first thing they said was like, not the first thing, but right in the article, it said this wasn't even a authentic quote. So had he done a little bit more research, I don't think he would put out something that he knew wasn't even said. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I know what social media, I know everybody has the power to post what they want to post, but nobody really researches stuff like that. And you need to before you do that. Another thing I like to say is, and I know he didn't mean this, but it's happened. We can't take it back. But we've taken the focus off. We have NBA players out here that are questioning whether they should come back and play. You know why? Because they don't want to take the focus off of the Black Lives movement and Black Lives Matter movement. There's the social injustice that's going on and the wave and the movement, and we have some momentum here. They don't want to come back and play basketball because they don't want to take the spotlight off of that movement. And DeSean did it in one post. That was another thing I don't think he thought about. So instead of us continuing the momentum of what we have going here, trying to get Breonna Taylor's murderers, apprehended, instead of doing that and focusing on that, we spent a whole week nationally, locally, and everything talking about this post here. And again, let me just put out there, I don't believe he meant intentionally to hurt anybody. I do not believe that. I don't. But we cannot alienate our allies either. You cannot do that. Because one thing I know, and you can disagree or agree with me and all that, but there's going to be no change in America as far as equality without allies, without help from both sides. Not only do we have to stand up and fight for our rights, we need our allies to help and speak out against injustice and inequality also. And we cannot alienate groups of people because, like I said before, not all white people are racist. Not all white people are racist, just like not all black people are criminals. I have some very good Jewish friends of mine that I know are good people. I have some very good white friends of mine that are allies, and I know that.
You know what? The funny thing about it, and it's nothing really funny about it, but you think about it, off season for Philadelphia Eagles, you know, something always comes up. I hate to say
we don't need an off season.
Off season,
it
something
should be no
always
off
comes
season.
up, and it goes back to something that you said like maybe 2 minutes ago, Dante. Research. Social media is out there, and screenshot is real. Like that Insta snap, we call it, or the story post is supposed to be gone in 24 hours. That thing was up there for 2 days before somebody recognized it. And before we post things, we really need to research what we need to post, especially if you're a public figure, because sometimes we post things out of just because it looks good, and not understanding the true meaning behind what we're posting, the images that we're posting, and the sayings that we're posting. It could be powerful, it could be detrimental, it could be disrespectful, it could be real. But before you post, you should always, understand what you're actually physically posting. And a lot of times these guys just post it because they got millions of followers that's going to like it, it's going to retweet it or refollow it or screenshot it, and they like that.
Well, one thing we can all agree upon is that it was a learning experience. And somebody just posted about Malcolm Jenkins, and I don't have it up on the screen, but he said that, I don't want to paraphrase him. If somebody can get it up on the screen, I like to read what he said. I don't want to paraphrase it. But he came out and spoke, and some people were calling for, because there's been like an awkward silence from the black community as far as DeSean Jackson. I know that we like to stick together and stuff like that, but sometimes you have to say, brother, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? And it don't mean that you're against the movement or anything. That doesn't mean that you're a sellout or anything of those, and I can use some more colorful adjectives. It doesn't mean that you're a sellout or anything like that. It just means that, you got to be able to pull your brother aside sometimes and say, look, that wasn't cool. And it doesn't mean I'm not for the cause and I'm not down with the movement and stuff like that. But we got to call a spade, because as soon as the other side, or who we consider the other side, does something, we are quick to jump out and say that. And we can't be silent in moments like this when we have an opportunity to correct one of our own. So I'm just
wrong
saying,
is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is definitely wrong. When we do something that's not right, when it's a gentleman in the blue killing somebody that's brown, that's wrong. When two brown people kill each other, that's wrong. It's wrong is wrong. God has the power of life and death. It's not in our hands, and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Wrong is wrong. We could spend a whole show talking about the views and opinions of what we think it should have been done and how it should have been done. But at the end of the day, will you learn from this?
Yeah.
I mean, we sat back. We saw the city go on fire, especially our black community go on fire about Riley Cooper. Now, more people are putting their hands out, especially Julian Edelman from the New England Patriots, to educate him, to educate the black community, to educate people that are not educated about the Holocaust, the Jewish.
And I'll say this:
suffering.
it's not really something. Coming from the Philadelphia school district, is not really something that's really taught. We're taught more about the war aspect. We're not taught so much as what goes on.
We're not taught.
And it's the same thing. It's the same thing during. I'm just talking about the educational process, because I work for the school district. I'm a football coach. I
understand it.
So it's the same thing as far as the teaching towards slavery. We're taught that this happened, but we're not taught about the suffering and stuff that went along with that. They're not taught on either aspect of it. So if people aren't taught this, then they don't know.
One thing that was really not taught in these schools is what's real history. Real history is not taught. What about Tulsa? That's not taught. People didn't know anything about Juneteenth until a few years ago, and then it started picking up real traction. Juneteenth's been around for forever. This is our freedom, our actual Independence Day, and it's finally getting some traction.
Yeah.
So
but history. Let me finish. By the winners. It's his story.
If you let me finish, I can get that out.
All right.
Think about history. It's called his story.
I just said
it's their story of the winners teaching their story. So when you don't get that real information, then you have these revolts happening right now about these famous politicians, these guys, Columbus. I don't want to stir no pots, but at the same time, if you're taught real history and you know your real history of the world in the past, then we won't make these same mistakes going forward, and you'll understand what's real and what's fake.
All right, we're gonna wrap this quarter up because it's time. So if you can give me that.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to start the second quarter here. You are looking at Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We thank everybody for joining us here tonight and for everybody participating in the chat room, because here at Eagles Talk, we don't like to talk at you. We like to talk with you. We like to include you guys in the conversation. Now, I might go back and revisit this, but, as you've been seeing, the comments been coming on the screen. So, and you see them in the chat room. Everybody has an opinion, and we respect everyone's opinion, and we're just giving ours. So, like I said before, if you're new to Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. And tonight I am partaking in the Uncle Nearest 1884. Shell is partaking in the, what is that again?
Screwball peanut butter
peanut butter whiskey.
It's good,
yeah,
it's okay.
And Pat is partaking in the Jameson. So people have let me know what they're partaking in. If you're new, if you just joined us, let me know what you're drinking. But we're about to do a shot and start this second quarter. Let's start this second quarter, Pat.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, everybody, raise your glasses and down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right, so let me read some of these comments. And please, like I said, some people are going to be mad, and I apologize ahead of time. I don't mean to offend anyone. I vaguely know what anti-Semitism is. I don't know what, totally. So I hope I'm not being anti-Semitic in some of my statements or whatever. It's not, my intention is not to be that and not to offend anyone. I'm going to admit, just like D-Jack, I don't know everything. So here we go. All right. The team says, well, let me hold on a second. I'm about to read Raymond Williams' quote. Comment here. And Raymond says, sorry, Raymond. Raymond says, the team says he was penalized. Nothing beyond that. Yeah, I think they said he was fine.
He was fine.
Fine?
They put out a quote, a whole quote for
undisclosed.
him. And the thing about it is, if you go back to what Riley Cooper did 7 years ago, he got fined. I think it was $37,000, $37,500 to be exact.
Yeah, $37,500.
So I believe DeSean's going to get fined around the same amount, maybe a little bit more, maybe 45. But also, the statement is actually contingent on him really going in and seeking for his words.
Yeah.
Following up on the words that he put out.
Yeah,
there,
he has to seek he has to do public assistance or something like that.
And if you remember, they made Riley Cooper do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
but Riley Cooper got sent off to sensitivity camp.
Right.
He can't do that now because Corona.
Yeah.
What I'm
Right,
drinking right now.
So they did make Raleigh.
Yeah, why'd you get us Coronas? Why don't you get Yingling?
I don't drink England. I drink Corona.
I
Now.
don't like.
Look, let me go because there's some good comments out there, and it's going to continue the conversation.
Yeah.
So, James Carter says, "I'm with Jackson. We are the real Jews. Do y'all research. Laugh my behind off. Y'all keep letting these white people brainwash y'all. Shake my head. We've been lied to our whole life." Okay,
Brother James Carter, that's a different show. We like to talk about the Eagles right now.
No. We're gonna keep it real.
We gonna keep it real. We gonna definitely.
All right. So Kevin Johnson says, "Who the real Jews are doesn't really matter. God chose a people, and those people killed his son. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going there in Eagles talk." You know, this is what came out of this.
Yeah,
This is
it's
real
heavy.
conversation. You know what I mean?
It gets heavy,
and we're not going to
There's
get
a
as heavy as it can get. We're not going to do that. But I don't want to. I don't want to poo-poo. Like, you know, because we're not a network, we're not a national show or anything like that. So we can get our hands dirty a little bit. And again, I apologize. I don't want to offend anybody. That's not my.
We're not trying to scare anybody away. We're just having a conversation.
I just want to have a real conversation. And
you know what?
So I just hope that I'm not that we're not offending anybody. I hope that I'm not offending anybody.
This conversation is needed. This conversation is needed. It's
okay. Robin
needed.
Clark says, "I've never heard of it before until a few weeks ago, and it's really sad because my son is half black, half white, and I always instill in him he has the best of both worlds. Embrace it, respect it, and be who you are. And we appreciate you for that." Sean Pinckney is laughing. Kevin Johnson says, "Riley knew what he was saying. DeSean had no clue." And man, I don't mean that.
I agree with that because if you watch the Raleigh video, he's mad, he's angry, and he's full of beer.
Yeah, they say.
I don't know. I'm not being apologetic, but I was having this conversation. We're gonna talk about barbershop talk, corner talk, cigar lounge talk, and stuff like that. And come on, and you guys are watching. Mm-hmm. We have some white counterparts that grew up just as grimy a neighborhood as we do, right?
True.
We have people that white people that we've hung out to. They listen to hip hop music just as we do. They probably probably have more of the culture. I know because I'm older
played
now.
at Penn State. I played at Clarion State.
Culture.
Our friends don't look like us.
Listen, my friends don't look like me. Me and my roommate, our first encounter in college, we're playing Lincoln Park.
Yeah,
and
that's what we worked out to.
Hold on, wait. The room next to us is playing DMX. We both heard the music. I heard DMX, and I looked out the door at the same time as our neighbors looked at the door. The neighbors that was playing DMX were white, and we were black.
Playing Lincoln Park.
Yeah,
so I play Lincoln Park.
I know you want to get back to your glory days, but let me get this point out. The point I'm making
I'm not getting back there.
There are white counterparts there that are engulfed in the hip hop culture. And sometimes, and I'm not giving them a pass, you know what I'm saying? And I would not suggest that they use this word in the wrong crowd, because something could happen. But some of them
feel comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? They feel, and they're not using it like the son of the KKK master. They're not using it in the same sense. I mean, they're using it like some of our counterparts are using it. It's a term of endearment to them. So I'm not giving nobody a pass. I'm pleased white people don't go out there and start using the N-word because you might get smacked up and all that. I'm not saying that and all that. But I'm just saying that.
Don't you believe it?
Don't believe it. But I'm saying that, yo, let's not act like we have not been around or have not had white friends that are cool with us and all that. And the talk is the talk. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, whether Raleigh is one of those people, only the people on the team knows that. But you in your close proximity with 53 other people, they would know whether he was that type of person or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether he was that type of person or not. And I'm not making excuses. All right, let me go to some more comments. You have to be able to convos. Who's this? You have to be able to have these combos without folks getting frustrated because it's not going away. We don't deal with it. Yeah. Sean is back. He says, better not use it around me because it's going to be some furniture movement. But see that's what. All right, let me get back to this, right? Because I often say this, like I just said, and I understand what Sean's saying. But like I said, right, this is why this is a big part of the divide also too, because nobody leaves their comfort zone to get to know other groups of people. So it's very easy for you to accept the stereotypes or what you see about that group of people because you don't have a personal relationship with that group of people. Like I said a little earlier, I have Jewish friends, I have white friends, I have Mexican friends. You understand what I'm saying? When you have friends and you get a personal relationship with people, you look at people a lot differently. No longer can I look at can I look at a Jewish person and think of all the stereotypes because I have a very close personal Jewish friend, and I know that not to be true. So I'm not going to hang that type of stereotype or that type of blanket judgment on a group of people, just like I don't like those group of people to hang that type of blanket statement or judgment on African Americans. It has to go both ways. We don't like it's done to us. We need not to do it to other people, but the only way to break that cycle is you have to leave your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone and get to know other people. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say this. I have a really good friend, and Patrick knows him. His name is Michael Dillon. Michael Dillon's from Boston. He helped build. He's a construction worker. He helped build the Gillette Stadium. Whenever I'm not doing security job, flying all over the country, I work with Mike. I call him Boston. Some of his friends call him Irish Mike or Boston Mike, right? Me and Mike, he calls me Philly because I'm from Philly and I stand with the Eagles. Like sometimes we're in the bar arguing and people think we're about to fight. I love him like I love Pat, like he's my brother. You know what I mean? But you have to be around somebody to build that relationship. You know what I mean? Like, and as guys that I went to school with, I went to Clarion with. You know what I mean? The Kappa brothers. Jason and Jeff Kappa. They're
Kappa.
The Kappa brothers. They're from
Noops? You talking about the Noops?
No.
Okay.
They're Caucasian.
I'm just checking.
Caucasian Americans. When I first was at Clarion, I was with Jason. He's a linebacker. They had me playing defense, and then when they switched me to the offense, playing fullback, I was with Jeff. Jeff played quarterback. Like we ran around, played like that. These are my guys. These, you know what I mean? They call me 2:00 in the morning. I'm gonna get up, tell the wifey, I gotta go help my friend. They're like brothers to me. So you have to build a relationship with different people, not just a group of people, but different people as a whole to understand their plight. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We were all on the same team. We're all friends. We're all one goal.
And let me tell you this: when you do that, all right, that's the end of the story.
Yeah, finish your thought, man. Finish your thought.
All right, when you do that, and this would happen with me and my good Jewish friend. You get to dispel a lot of the myths or judgments or views or perceptions you had about the other group. Me and my Jewish friend used to have many nights of long conversations and arguments at the time, you know, about race relations and stuff like that. And he helped me to see things in a different light. I helped him to see things in a different light. And that's what brings people together, man. It really does. Like, you can't begin to understand the other group standing in the other room away from them. You have to get to know them. But at the bottom line is, and let me put Steve Nelson's comment up here because he made a good point. Okay, fellas, I'm white. What do I owe black people that I don't already owe every other race on this planet? Respect, love, and kindness. Help me see what I'm missing. Because that's the bottom line. Even in those separate rooms, you should still respect each other as human beings. But all I'm saying is that it's a much easier process if you get to know people outside of your comfort zone. My good brother Joseph Barnhart says, why is his comment ruining the BLM vibe? I'm curious, is it to make the waves return? I'm curious as to how to make a way return back to normal, back to the movement. I think hopefully. I'm pretty sure the movement is not going to lose its momentum because of this, but those are the type of things you have to think about when you put a comment out there, D-Jack, because you have the ear or the eye of a lot of people, and you can change the momentum of something just by, as we saw this week, by putting a comment up there and not thinking so much. All right, Bill Crow, good friend of mine only through Facebook, but he's still a good friend of mine. I'm not black or Jewish. I grew up poor in a majority black neighborhood. Wouldn't take it back for anything. I love where I grew up. I've seen racism on all sides. I've never knew about slavery until Roots in the 70s. I got my ass kicked for a few weeks from that. So, you know what I mean? I mean, that's real rap, though. That's what we try to do on Eagles Talk. That's real rap. Hey, Dante, just because you have white friends, that I mean you're not a racist.
Cut it. Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Wait. I got to get connected for that. Hold on, wait a minute. So that's equivalent saying my black friend over there.
I got a black. Jimmy's my guy.
Yeah,
Jimmy's my guy.
No, but I'm not racist. I have white friends. I'm telling you, my friend is white.
Oh, man.
My friend is black. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right. Thank you for reminding me that, Pat. Pat's the one he's the police officer. He'll keep you on track. All right, so
we're going to
third quarter here, man. You are watching Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And if you are new to the show, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. Tonight, I'm partaking in the Uncle Near's 1884, and I'm not doing no more shots. But my man is out there. He's doing the peanut butter whiskey, the Screwball peanut butter whiskey. I tried that. I even had a peanut butter and what they call a peanut butter and jelly shot, where they put they use that and then they use a grape liqueur. I forget what the name of it is, but that sounds good. Tastes just like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I ain't gonna lie. So, and Pat is doing the Jameson, and everybody.
No. He's done with the Jameson. He's done with the Jameson.
He's going to do the Screwball. Yo,
you're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so raise your glasses, everybody, and let's drink to harmony. How about that? Let's drink the racial harmony. Let's put all this bullshit behind us, man. The football season is coming up, and we just want to look forward to that. So, everybody, down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right, so let me get to the comment that's on the screen. Just seen on 6 ABC that DeSean met with a 94-year-old Holocaust survivor and also met with an anti-Semitic organization. And sometimes we need to see that. I mean, sometimes, we need to understand the other side because it makes us sensitive. And we're not saying that, again, I don't know exactly what point he was trying to make, but, if when you have not a perception, but a relationship with the other side, it helps you to walk a little more politically correct, and that's needed. I don't care, with as much hurt and hate that's going on, it still doesn't give you a right to hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't hang a blanket judgment on every group of people just because we were hurt. Don't get me wrong, we were hurt, and I don't deny that Jewish people were hurt with the Holocaust. I don't deny that. So you can't hang a blanket statement or judgment on a whole group of people because you're hurt. So understanding both sides help you to navigate a little more carefully, a little bit more sensitively. Is that a word to use? A little more.
That's a couple shots in.
All right. Yeah. I mean, like you're a little more sensitive. Like you would think if you have a relationship or you have knowledge of the other group's background or whatever, and know more knowledge about what they've been through or who they are or whatever, it'll help you to form, to be more sensitive to what statements you put out there or what you post. Like, you know what I mean? It's just the truth to me. But let me go to this. I'll let you talk in a minute. Let me go to a couple comments. Bill Crow follows up his thing. He said he was not bullshitting about that. He got his ass kicked. Okay, Bill, we realized you got your ass kicked. Okay. All right. So, this is why we need football. Bleed green. Sue is out there. What's up, Sue? Sue, you have not invited me over to get in the pool. I'm very upset about that. Last Friday, everybody was going to your house to get in the pool, and I didn't have an invite, Sue. I love you to death. You know I love you, but I need an invite to the pool too. All right, so what's that? Steve, 25 years in law enforcement, asked me anything. I will pull the blue curtain back for my Eagles family, PM me questions. Oh, we appreciate that.
We need to have him on for a show.
Yeah,
I want to. We need to hit us, inbox us. I want to have a one-on-one with you, conversation with you.
All right, Cindy says, "Do you think football will start up?" Cindy, I really do think football will start up only based on the fact of how powerful the entity of the NFL is. I joke about it, but I'm kind of serious. But the NFL to me is like the second most powerful entity in America behind the government. Then it's the NFL. So if the NFL says it's going to happen, you better believe it's going to happen. They're going to make it happen. I'll tell you this, and we talked about this a little bit last week. If it does not happen, that's where unrest is going to happen. That's where
riot,
protest in the street, and rioting and looting and all that. Don't try not to have a football season this year, and then you're going to see some uprising. You're going to have to call out the National Guard in about 50 states. That's all I'm saying. Let football not happen.
You got 13 days.
Come back to Philadelphia and guard all downtown, because we will tear this. We will tear it apart if we don't have any football. I can do without basketball. I'm glad that it's coming back. I miss sports and all that. I can do without baseball and hockey.
I love baseball. I love baseball.
It's America. If you don't have football this year, there might be a civil unrest. They need to know that.
Check this out. Go ahead, Shell.
Oh, go ahead. I just want to interject on
You don't have to interject. You're already talking.
All right. Well, I just want to speak about the come on, man. I'm 3 shots in. Plus, I'm drinking this other stuff in the red cup, and I'm drinking beer.
Man, you drinking cranberry juice?
Whatever.
All right. Let me interpret for the culture diverse. When you have a red cup, that means the party is definitely going down.
Yes, red cup means
there are red cups.
It's lit.
Going down. It's lit. Okay. All right.
All right. So, being an AfricanAmerican male, right? Sometimes you can only have that perspective. And trying to speak for DeSean Jackson, he was wrong in what he said, but I know what it is to go into a place in a suit and go into that same place 2 weeks later in sweatpants and a t-shirt and get treated this completely different until they realize who you are. I know what it is, to do work side by side with law enforcement, with the DOD. You see me when I put my gear on. I look like a SWAT officer, right? And then you get pulled over in Philadelphia or New York, and the cops is behind me, and I'm scared. You understand what I'm saying? So to be an African American is difficult in this climate, in this country, and you don't know what's going to happen to you. So I'm not trying to defend or protect what he said, but sometimes your focus is so on you keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself alive, protecting your family, that you're not being sensitive to others. I'm not saying what he did was wrong, but as a black man in America, growing up and going to Ben Franklin in North Philly, hearing this and hearing that, and making sure that I just wanted to live to be 21 years old. That was my focus as a young man. I just wanted to live to be 21 years old. I was in the vehicle when my friends were shot when I was 17. So I understand his fears and I understand his plight. And like I said, I'm not trying to defend him. What he said was absolutely wrong. You'd never quote Hitler. You never quote that. But somebody needs to sit down and have a conversation with this man and explain to him that there are other people besides us in America that's going through issues. And I think once that's understood, then he can have some sensitivity to what's going on. And you gotta understand where I'm coming from to get to the next step. And as this Black Lives Matters starts to get traction, starts to progress, and as a country, we start to understand that we were not getting treated properly. Now the spotlight is on for us to get treated right. And you got to understand that other people are not getting the treatment either. The Jewish community is not getting the treatment. The Latina community is not getting the treatment correctly. The Muslim community is not getting treated correctly. the Indian culture is not getting treated correct. It's all other individuals that's getting treated incorrectly besides us. But if you are African,
All right. Time out. All right, okay, we got you. We got your point there. Okay, all right. So, and to finish off,
this ad is sponsored by Ski Ball Whiskey.
Yeah, that ad was sponsored by Ski Ball Whiskey. We hear you though. We hear you though. And the ad to that with everybody. That's why we need to bond together in this fight for social injustice. I know our house is on fire right now. I mean, I'm saying like Black Lives Matter. I mean, like I know our house is on fire now, but that's why we need to bond together as one group and come against this because it's happening not only to our group of people but others also. The fire is just a little bit more hot on our house right now. So I got you on that.
I want to say this real quick, Dante. I know you're gonna go to some comments real quick. What's going to happen? I say this to my mom all the time. What's going to happen? What needs to happen for the human race to respect each other and care for each other is for the little flying saucers come there and say, you know what, we want this land. Then everybody would say, "Hey, brother, come on, help me get this land."
Now we got to stick together.
Now we got a common cause. Even though we need like Independence Day that happened to us, right? We need Will Smith and Independence.
Wait a minute. I have a picture of one that I saw yesterday smoking my cigar outside.
No more liquor for Patrick. Give me this. Okay. No more liquor for Patrick.
Look, everybody out there is calling for you guys to stop it.
Wait.
Here's DeSean Jones says, put that red cup down. Confiscate that cup, Pat. Cindy says no more for shots. Cindy says no more shots for him. Laugh out loud. And here's the underlying joke with Shell.
My drink, man.
If you ever, like he said, when he gets dressed up for his security detail, he does look like SWAT. But also, you need to be afraid because Shell is an undercover. You ever see Police Academy back in the day? Shell is an undercover Tackleberry. You gotta be an old head to understand who I'm talking about. Tackleberry had every weapon in the history of man, and you need to be scared because Shell has every weapon in the history of man.
Give me a cup.
I know you're a security clearance and all this and all that. He can have weapons and he has weapons.
I'm allowed to have them.
He can have weapons and he has them. He has all of them. Rocket launchers. He can blow up tanks and all this stuff.
Wait a minute, government. We're just joking, government. You got a rocket launcher.
No. Oh yeah, he don't have a rocket launcher, but he would probably try to get one if he could.
Hey, man,
okay, all right, let me go.
They won't let me bring it home. They won't.
They won't let him bring it home. All right, so this quarter is over. My phone just died, but this quarter is over. So you can end the quarter, but let me go to this comment right here. Did I miss it? Okay. How do you guys think we'll use our second round pick? He's going to sit on the bench. That's what I think. That's what I think he should do. I'd be very surprised. I know people are thinking that he's going to be a Tyson Hill type of person and all that, but I'd be surprised if I saw that. He would have to have made tremendous strides in training camp for him to come out and be that type of person. Dougie P gave no type of indication, or he didn't tip his hand as to how he's going to use him, but he also did, He also spoke like he's going to be a quarterback that they develop. So that's what I'm taking it as. He's going to be a quarterback that they develop. He may have some skills. He may be valuable in some scenarios. I thought it was a bad pick. I'm always going to stand by that until they prove me wrong.
Something happens, yeah.
I thought it was a bad pick, but I don't think he's a great passer right now. Is he an athlete? Yes, he's sort of an athlete, but he's no Lamar Jackson or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like his speed is not off the charts or anything like that. So if they choose to use him as a Tyson Hill type, all right, whatever. I just hope it helps our team. I'm not going to bash him. He's a nice young man. He's a guy that persevered 2 schools and still made it to the NFL. So congrats to him. I'm not going to knock him down for that. But I just see him in this first year as just a quarterback developing.
I'm gonna say this. I just say this real quick, and y'all can reflect on it. I just want to say something about what are your feelings about the historic paycheck that Mahomes is going to receive.
All right, we'll talk about that, but let's start this fourth quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter. You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, so this is the final quarter. I don't have a timer, so I'm just going to keep a look on there. All right, okay. So this is the last quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. Tonight, I was enjoying the Uncle Nearest 1884. I'm done with that, but they are over there drinking the Screwball peanut butter whiskey. And you guys let me know what you're drinking out there. And pour your shots. Pat has his. He's always ahead of the game when it comes to that. All right. So, all right. There you go. All right. So, everybody, raise your drink. And let's talk about the Eagles in this fourth quarter. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right. So, man, let me tell you, I love all y'all out there. I don't care what color you are. You know what I'm saying? As long as you love me, I'm like Steven Jackson. I could we can start another conversation on that, but I'm not going to do it. But like Steven Jackson says, I love all who loves all. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. All right. Sue says that means we got to keep 3 quarterbacks on the rosters. Oh yeah, we're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. We had 3 quarterbacks last year.
Yeah, we typically keep 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, we typically do that. He's good. And Bill Crow said he's good. I just think people took it wrong. Yeah. All right. And the white, my good neighbor friend. Oh, yeah. Let me just talk about them. I got neighbors. I told you I got new neighbor friends all in the development now. And we got everybody has their own affiliation with teams. We got 3 Giants fans. We have 2 Redskin fans. We have a Green Bay fan. We have a Pittsburgh fan, and it's going to be very lively come this fall when football
Everybody's going to be crying but you, Dante.
Yeah, but me. Everybody's going to be crying but me. And Dwight has a fabulous bar. Block. His house is like the clubhouse. So, he's retired. He's single. We go over. He has a big bar. Oh, my goodness. He's getting it done up.
Right. We be down there once they open up this.
Yeah, we coming down. Right yeah, we coming down, man. Yo,
and look,
we in the
he's
big
a cigar.
Black truck.
Pat,
right
you'll love this. You'll appreciate this. He's a cigar aficionado.
Yes.
He has oh my God. He has a collection of cigars. Right, and he's also a liquor enthusiast too. So he has some fine liquors and fine cigars. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. You got to bring your own stuff. But I'm just saying that's what he collects. He collects that.
Well, all right, we all like Kobe Bryant, don't we? Do I?
Oh yeah, he does like Kobe Bryant. Okay. All right. All right. So, getting into this, we're going into the season, and the Washington Warriors, not Redskins. Yeah, the Washington Warriors. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Let me be politically correct. I didn't mean to offend anybody, any of our Native Americans.
Change it to the Senators, like the movie, man.
No, I saw a meme that said they should change it to the Washington Possums. because they're always getting killed on the road.
Now that was funny.
Yeah. How about our Eagles though, man? Well, how about our Eagles, man? We got a very intriguing team. We got a lot of position battles, our wide receivers, our running backs. I really think and I really want to get into this. I really want to talk about this because we didn't really touch upon it. I really think that our running back is going to be a key to what we do all this year.
I'm trying to get that running back from San Francisco. He don't want to be there.
He wait a minute.
He reached out.
Let me stop.
All right, wait a minute, Shell.
Let me stop.
He reached out the other day.
Let me interject.
Oh, now you want to interject.
Let me interject. All right. So his agent and he also made a statement.
Okay.
Yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let me finish.
All right. Let him finish.
That we rescind that offer. We looked at the market and we like it here. That's their words. Go look it up.
Why is he's only getting $2.8 million? He's not getting no money
in San Fran because he got cut by the Eagles. He was on. He's watching cards with us.
If he gets traded, it's only a 33.
We don't need him. All right, let me talk about our running back situation. We got Miles Sanders. We got Boston Scott, and I think our third running back is going to be Corey Clement. He's going to be that rusher. Let me finish.
Evander Holyfield Jr.
Get out of here, Ellis. I'm sorry.
All right. Evander Holyfield, he's going to fight against
You're faster than him now.
Corey Clement's going to be our power back. Just watch it. He's going to be he's going to
I hope he puts on 10 pounds. And I said it. And I know Corey Clement.
Well, why don't you give him 10 pounds? Because you could afford to give him 10 pounds.
Yeah,
why don't you give him like 25 pounds, Shell? How about that? You put on the COVID-19, as they said. You definitely put on the COVID-19.
I went from 246 to like 270. I'm not even going to hold you.
270.
Okay.
Over 300.
So you can spare about 20 pounds to give to Corey Clement. And Corey Clement can be our power back. How about that? No, but seriously speaking, man, I can't wait for training camp to start. You know, some people are starting to speak out about it because they're a little apprehensive on because this week they announced that no more jersey swaps, which I don't see how that's has
corny.
anything to do with. That's kind of corny because stopping the jersey swap is not going to make it any safer for them. They're out there playing a contact sport where you gotta swap
you bleed on each
blood,
other.
Sweat, and tears with the person that you're rumbling with. So how is a jersey swap going to do?
They're going to take the jersey off and throw them at. Here you go. Take that. All right. Thank you.
That makes no sense to me. But I think that's a different agenda altogether. I think that's just the NFL slipping in a rule that they always wanted to slip in anyway.
Anyway.
But yeah, but that being said, I can't wait to see these guys go to training camp and get some grass time because we need grass time. And all that virtual stuff was all nice and cute, and I hope that the young guys really paid attention in class, so that when they get on the field, that they can move at a rapid pace. But grass time is what matters. So I can't wait for training camp.
This season is going to be on the guys that pick up the system quick. Because it wasn't a whole lot of time to work with the coaches to work on individualism. Mm-hmm. So the guys that can pick up, when I say 2x2, you know what I'm talking about. When I say
no, I don't. What's that?
You don't know what 2x2 means?
Dante, he played basketball.
Oh my God! All right, 2x2. All right, teaching. 2x. If I'm a linebacker coach, and I say you need to be 2x2, that means you need to be 2 yards outside of the defensive end. By 2 yards behind the defensive end.
Okay. All right.
That you need to be 2
you were talking about lumber. Like a 2x2. That anything like a 2x4?
No.
Are we going to hit these guys with pieces of wood?
No. It's basically saying that if you can pick up on the terminology in the system, you're going to accelerate it in the program. That's basically what I'm saying. If you're one of those guys that need to actually see it, you're not going to be successful because you don't have a lot of on the field time this year. It's going to be it's mostly taught time, so you're going to have to pick up on the verbiage to understand what's going on.
Well, that's needed. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, field time is needed, but understanding the West Coast offense, West Coast philosophy that Doug Peterson runs. You know that class time is impactful.
I'm not talking so much about the offense because offense always.
I know because you only talk about the defense, but let him finish. All right.
Thank you. Look, defense. You see ball, get ball. All right. We had that conversation.
What you trying to do? You dumb?
You don't have to be smart to play defense.
That's not true.
We had that conversation.
That's not true.
No, you don't have to be smart.
You have to be kind of
see
smart.
the ball, hit the ball. That's
all. You got to understand tendencies. You got to understand what the wide receiver looks. All right,
offense gets the girls, defense gets the ring.
You've been drinking too much. Offense gets the glory. But anyway, so for these players, especially like the wide receivers, Quez Watkins, Hightower, Rager, these guys got to understand the different concepts of. When they get into a zone, when they see a zone, where to sit themselves down into that zone.
Look at the comment.
So back to the offense.
No, Shell, look at the comment.
We don't got no linebackers.
You get an answer ready for that. You go ahead and finish your thought. Pat.
I know the answer for that, but I'm gonna let Shell touch it. But they gotta understand the concept of sitting down in these zones and making itself available and wide open for these passes inside these different zones. That's what this concept that Doug Peterson runs. He makes it where as though the wide receivers can get open in the different defensive philosophies that they're going against. But if you don't know what you're doing, you make it much difficult for the quarterback to get you the ball. So they have to undertake that undertaking very important this year. So
all right, so fellas, what about our linebacker situation? Make me feel better about it. I need a quick answer.
we have linebackers.
You know what? I don't feel as bad as I did before.
We have linebackers, man. Listen,
I think we got. I mean, we don't have well-known linebackers like they're no big
Edwards
names,
is a tackling machine.
they're doing. TJ Edwards does not miss a tackle. Matter of fact, he did not miss a tackle last year. So I'm feeling good about these guys. The only thing I think that has us having a question mark is the fact that they're not household names. But nobody's a household name until they're a household name. You know what I'm saying? So
we play
let them
defense.
put a good year together.
None of our linebackers are the prototypical size. Most of our linebackers are what you call tweeners. They're in between either a strong safety and a linebacker or a defensive end and a linebacker. But all of them can run. So I think depending on the scheme that's set up by the defensive coordinator and the fact that we have a new defensive back coach coming in, is going to help our linebackers shine. All right, because if you don't have to worry about the coverage by playing linebacker, I played with this guy. He was a free safety, he's a strong safety.
I was a corner. I was corner.
Right.
Nobody scored on me. All right.
Okay. All right. We're about to wrap up the show. Right. But let me go to a couple.
But I'm just saying, if you have somebody that's behind you and you can play linebacker and you don't have to worry about the coverage, it makes you play a little faster.
Let me say this real quick. Wrap this up about the linebacker situation. Their linebackers, they have a quick scheme with linebackers because we gotta understand something. Our defense have been one of the top run stopping defense in the league, so we get that under control. But we've been at the bottom of the league for pass coverage. We've been terrible at defending the pass. Yeah. We've been terrible at defending running backs out of the backfield. So these linebackers that we have Alex Santero, he's 6'2", 240. We have Duke Riley, 6'1", 218. We have Dante Austin. He's
all right. Okay. All right. Okay. I got it. All right.
Okay, gotcha.
How do you guys feel about taking the division this year? A couple quick comments. Not you guys. I'm about to silence y'all, matter of fact. Y'all done. Y'all do not know the meaning of a 30-second answer.
Talk about
okay. How do you guys feel about us?
We're going to win the division.
I think we're going to win the division. I really do. We are the only team that is not implementing a new coaching staff or a new system, which is going to be in our favor. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing right there. I would say that Dallas Cowboys have a very, very talented roster.
Ezekiel Elliott has coronavirus.
Between us and Dallas, in terms of talent on the roster, but I think that we have the upper hand because we are not changing our schemes or anything like that. So I think we're going to win the division. How do you guys feel about Wentz lasting all season without injuries? I feel real good because I told you last year that he was going to make it throughout the year. Him making it through a full season is not a worry to me. He's made it through a full season 2 out of his 4 years, and there's not and the beloved Nick Foles has never made it through a full season, and he's been playing for 9 years.
That's
so
crazy.
That's out of 50% of the years that he's played in full seasons. And when you look at it over the career, he hasn't missed as many games as you might have thought he's missed. So I feel real confident that he's going to make it. Bill Crow says, when was he a corner? When was
2006.
2006.
I
funny.
I got moved to safety. Then they realized when I came from out of college, they realized I could play corner in this level with my brother.
Yeah.
And I was a shutdown corner for a couple years.
We won 2 national championships in minor league.
In the minor leagues. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We thank you guys. Please, we will be back next Thursday, hopefully. I kind of like Friday, but next Thursday, if we can do that. We'll be back next Thursday, man. Thanks for hanging in there. This has been Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. Because of you guys, please share the program. Tell people about the program. And if you haven't already done it, go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channels. We can really use the subscribers. Please just go to YouTube and subscribe just because you love us. Man, we'll see y'all next week. Pat, could you take us out, man? Do you got the joint on? All right, we'll see you guys next week. We out.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, smash him up, crack that fool, quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool, hit him, 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 smash him up, watch that move, wind too swift, can't catch these dudes, can't hit him, 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 listen, 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 hit him, listen, this Eagles talk live, this talk Eagles, Philly bleed green, it's from your people, fly, Eagles fly. Defeat the squad, big Pat shelling, I hate a dark child. Drop the stacks on him, drop the stacks on him. Bird game, baby, let's get it home.